Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to Inner Dreams and welcome to your reading. I'm so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. You burned them in a way that they'll never forget. And you weren't even trying. This isn't about animosity. This isn't about violence. You never intentionally or otherwise directed any hurtful energy towards anyone. It's just that your truth, your strength is so undeniable that it hurts. It hurts beings who have tried to dim your light or who have tried to compartmentalize aspects of you or put you in a box. I see somebody like telling you, they're like pointing to you on a test and they're like, pick A, B, C, or D. You're like, bump that, all of the above. You know, it's like, you didn't fit into somebody's category that they wanted to put you into or limit you with. In the nature track that I'm playing, it's like I could hear a cookie, the little frog of Puerto Rico. They're all throughout Puerto Rico. I heard them when I was there and I would walk through the city at night and they sound like cookie, cookie, cookie. They're so cute too. But these little frogs, they just jump right out at your feet. They're so bold, but they jump. And there's something about you jumping timelines. Like you did things, you made moves that were so unexpected, that were so bold. Somebody expected you to cower in fear. Somebody expected you, people expected you to live in shame. And when you chose courage, it was just too much. It was too much. And so now they feel burned. Why? Because you're still going. You never stopped. You never will. You're not thinking about stopping. If ever the thought crosses your mind, you're like, you know, a few thoughts come and then you're like, you know, you're like, okay, got that out. Now what are we going to do? You know, and that's a really cool thing about you is it's not always about doing something. It's just about being. You're not doing anything to prove anything to anyone other than yourself. That you can be you. And you can choose peace despite all of the other chaotic options that have been presented to you on a plate. You said no thank you. Okay, thank you, Spirit. They are guiding me to these. I don't usually start with these, but let's go. Add a few more. Okay. Timelines. You have shifted timelines at a pace that was unexpected. We'll just say that. It was unexpected. Thank you, Divine. What's coming through for this beautiful being that they need to know? They planned to attack a child. This could have been you when you were young. Perhaps someone worked against you during your youth, or this could be a child that you know or a child of yours that someone worked against. I'm getting that someone hoped to reach your energy through the energy of a child. And you know, that's something that I've been meditating on. I've been observing and then meditating on this, like, ever since certain cases have come out regarding disrespect, abuse of children, widespread. There's something about the sacredness of the youth that just is not respected within many aspects of society now. A lot of people think that it's okay to disrespect children and to mistreat them. There used to be something very honored about children, even if there were things going on behind the scenes. At least people presented respectful talk about children. But you know what's happening is the way that people truly feel about our youth is coming to light. Nothing is being hidden in the shadows any longer. So when you hear content creators and comedians and entertainers speaking so disrespectfully about children and the innocence of children, that's because it's coming to light that this is how a lot of people have been feeling behind closed doors in the shadows. And now we're faced with the pure, ugly, and honest, raw truth. Nothing but truth now. And sometimes that truth is hard to handle because it is ugly. We've got Pluto here. So someone was trying to infiltrate your world with the energy of death. Oh, okay. I'm getting the vibe of a cult or coven here. But this also could just be a group of people who were trying to hide their abuse of children. Someone within this family or cult system wanted it to be perceived as okay to abuse the innocence of young people. Run to you. Somebody wants to run to you now. Somebody wants to repair something with you now. They want to grow with you. Well, we'll have to see. Because that's falling right underneath pedo family. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into... okay, they said the crows. They always guide me to the crows, right? You might already do this. You might already connect with birds, okay? But the bird spirits are communicating with you. And if you're not already tuned into that energy, you can, and they will speak to you, okay? When you hear them sing or call, or even when you see them, they'll communicate with you, okay? If you're open to it and you're not so busy saying, that's ridiculous, and you just open up to it, it'll flow in. The messages will flow in for you. Thank you, Spirit. What's coming through? Okay, well, we definitely have a Knight of Swords here that wants to rush in. But there's somebody also who, that's the energy of a being who planned an attack against a child. This is a Knight of Swords, King of Swords. So this person was gaining energy off of, or gaining power, I want to say, off of the energy of a child, because they went from the Knight of Swords to the King of Swords. Okay. We have a Queen of Wands. This person, this King of Swords, could have worked with a Queen of Wands. Once they were found out regarding what they were doing to disrespect and abuse the innocence of children. I'm getting that there were multiple children here. They tried to put up their defenses with the Seven of Wands. There was something that they wanted to protect themselves from. They didn't want anybody to know. Only people who are okay with what they do. Yeah, we've got the Eight of Cups and strength. However it was that you were connected to this being or to these beings, you gathered the strength to walk away. Okay, someone said, I'm not going to be a part of this energy. This definitely required strength because this is a whole system here. This isn't just one person who does this. It's not a person in a family. It's a family that is built on this type of behavior. I'm getting that young people born into this family are taught that this is okay, that this is normal. They're taught to lie, to hide this, what's going on in the background. Divine, please clarify, run to you. Yeah, Six of Pentacles. Somebody wants to interact with you on a very deep level. They want to present it as though, as if interacting with you is what's fair. That's how they want to present the energy. We're in minute 12. That's the Hanged Man. So they want to have you see things from a different perspective. 12-12. Now the only reason, in a system like this, the only way that people are going to get someone who has left this situation, this type of environment, to allow them into their world is to gaslight, blame shift. Oh, what happened really wasn't that bad, and it's actually much more common than you think, and are you sure you really... And see, the thing is after all of the healing, after all of the strength that you have gathered to be in this energy, to turn and walk away and to choose a life of your choosing, of your choice, of your creation, instead of what they wanted for you. That took an incredible amount of strength. And they see this. Repair, Spirit, repair. Yeah, Hierophant. Somebody wants to present themselves as straight-laced, spiritually wise, ensuring that they have made changes. I'm getting that they might even try to convince you that by not allowing them in, that you're being defensive or unreasonable. The lies that they are trying to concoct are absolutely off the wall. Off the wall, considering what they've been doing and the severity of their actions, the pain that they've caused and that they've cooperated with. Absolutely ridiculous and insane to try to come after someone who has gathered the strength to leave a situation like that and then try to talk them out of their healing so that you would open up to them. Yeah, because they want another go round. This is clarifying they want to grow with you. Wheel of Fortune. I bet they do. And it's because they see you living fortunately. You have manifested your own Wheel of Fortune. And they want a piece. They want a part of that. This could be something that you're building. It's something that is very stable. I'm getting that vibe from this Eight of Pentacles. It's something that you're very dedicated to. They want a piece of that. They want an aspect of your abundance. They want to feast off of your energy. Because after all, people who feed off of the energy of children, they're energy vampires. So anyone from this family system who has not transformed and changed their ways, that's all they're looking to do. That's all they know how to do. They haven't learned how to gather their own strength and energy from the divine. Anything else? They see that your cup is full. And honestly, they see you as a source of energy because you do keep your cup full. You do radiate this bounty. Harmony within. Harmony with spirit. Are there any warnings, Spirit, or anything else that needs to be known? Okay, so we've got dirty money. Somebody has been involved in a situation where they feel like their hands are dirty because they've been involved in some things that are illegal. This could have caused them to lose money, and so now they're looking for ways to siphon energy from you because you're truly abundant. Remnant 17, the star, they see your star energy, they see your hope, they see your healing. Yeah, but here you are, look. Cleansed. Cleansed. You have rid yourself of negativity, you've purified your energy, and this is something that you do on a consistent basis, on a daily basis. Somebody says they want to have a heart-to-heart, but this is a sham. I'm just gonna call it what it is, because they are under the influence of something that is impacting their judgment, so they're not coming to you in an authentic state. They're coming to you with a lot of influences of fear, of the toxic energy from other people, and also lust. They're coming to you in a state of lust, or in an energy of lust, a frequency of lust. If this person plays games with innocent children, I would never put it past them to try to play innocent games with you or anyone else. They are trying to devise a big plan though, because they see your energy. They want to come at you when they feel like you are desiring connection. So if they are aware of you being single, if you're single, they're trying to take advantage of that. If they know that you are in a relationship, then they want to try to influence that. So be very aware if you sense energies trying to come between you and your beloved, if you're in a relationship, or if you feel just this desire to be with someone with cuffing season. Cuffing season, I saw that. Maybe it was at the bottom of the deck, but I did. Oh, it's right here. There's something they don't want you to see. This was right in front of my face. There's something that they don't want you to see. You know what they want you to see? The illusion that their lust is projecting. They really want you to desire them, but they know that you don't, because you're healed and you're healing. You have healed from so much, and it's a part of your daily practice. It's just who you are now at this point. And you're a healer. You may help other people, but you're first and foremost a healer because you choose to heal yourself. And you choose not to remain in a cycle that's broken from the past. Okay? Machismo. Okay? So somebody could be using gender roles to try to... Yeah, okay. So it's not so much about machismo. It's more so about gender. There is a being here who is female or male, but they try to embody another gender in order to attract you. 2121 on the timer. This person could be considering changing genders, okay, through some sort of like a process, okay? They might not be going through an actual transition, but there might be things that they are doing in order to explore the energy of another gender. I'm not here to judge that, but what I don't like about this is that their motivation in large part is coming from their desire to attract you. And any choice that a person makes about their gender should never be done because they want to please another person. So this person could be suffering from mental illness. That is the extent to which they would go in order to try to attract you. For the purpose of what? What is the purpose for which this person wants to attract this beautiful being, this divine collective? Well, they see you as a divine feminine who is gaining unexpected wealth. Now, you might be male. That's fine. You might identify as male. That's fine. But they see your divine feminine energy. And they see how you attract abundance to you. And that's what they want. Also, there's something here about a child. They either want access to a child who is in your home, your family, or this also could apply to ties that this person is still experiencing because of a past situation, a past abuse, okay, a past cycle of abuse. I'm also getting that this person's inner child is so hurting, which that's not up for you. That's not for you to heal or to fix, okay? But that is coming through here, that this person has a lot of healing to do that they're not coming to terms with in any way, shape, or form. Okay. Divine, what needs to be known here? What does this beautiful being need to know regarding this situation? Well, I just saw at the bottom, inner peace. And that's the most important thing here, because the chaos that this person is trying to come to you with is not yours. It's not yours, and there's no reason for you to claim it, beautiful being. You always have access to inner peace. Also, there's something here about you having a connection with a beloved being. It could be a romantic relationship, but it doesn't have to be. This could be your beloved ancestors, your beloved higher self. It's just simply that you have the power to connect with beloved energies that love you and that care for you. I'm hearing, and that seek every way possible to protect you. So what that means is if they seek every way possible in which they can protect you, then that means that all of your roads are protected. Every single avenue, street, highway that leads to you is divinely protected. So whatever it is that this person is trying to do to come into your energy, they're either being blocked immediately, or they are experiencing such a backfire when they even just start to think about coming into your energy. There's like a firewall. There's a firewall that's protecting you. Because what you went through, like the things that came through at the beginning of the message, where somebody in this system was trying to bind you and get you to choose an aspect of yourself to align with and dump the rest, okay? It's like you have these different aspects of yourself that are so beautiful, these different traits, these different gifts, and somebody wanted you to just dump what they thought was not in alignment with what they saw fit for you. But you know what I'm getting is that all of the characteristics, all of the gifts, all of the natural qualities that this being or this family system once looked down on about you or wanted you to separate yourself from, they now fear. And that's why Spirit brought that message through, that you burn them. Yeah, you burn them. You burn them every time you present your truth. You burn them every time you are your authentic self. You burn them every time you create something with your true, genuine energy. You burn them. You're not trying to, but you know what it is that you're burning? You're burning the evil inside them that tries to ruin you. And also by you being your authentic self, you're transmuting fear that they've tried to project onto you in order to keep you from being your true self. Yeah, you burn them. I'm not talking about physically, I'm talking about energetically. Yeah, you burn them. And every time you choose to not be afraid of this system, because I'm just getting it's such a grimy energy. A very grimy energy here. And it's like they try to gain strength in numbers by being together, but there's something here that, yeah, with that Pluto card, something has ended for this group, this family system. They cannot harm you, particularly in any way that they would expect to, because the way that they used to be able to send fear to you or threats or whatever, it's like they've proven themselves to be extremely weak and pitiful. Why? Because they're operating in fear. And I don't know at what point you decided that you weren't going to be afraid, but I can see that you have decided not to be afraid, because you have this inner peace. You're connecting with beloved energies. Okay? They already see you as a divine feminine, so you're doing life right. So you've chosen to live above lust, to live above illusions, to live above fear. And so what do they have then? That's all they know how to use. And it's just like, if this group has stalked you or gang stalked you or anything like that, once you realize that people who gang stalk are so cowardly, they can't even present themselves as who they truly are. They always have to hide behind a mask, or they can't show their actual face when they are trying to send you something on the internet, or it's like always from a fake number, or even if they're following you in person and you look at them, they're like, why not show your face? Why not stare at the person you're stalking straight in the eyes. Like, they're so cowardly. So once you realize that these beings are either mentally ill, deathly afraid, or extremely desperate, it's like, what power do they have? None. They have none. Sacred waters. Yeah, see, you got discernment and a clear mind, and that's what they don't have. You have access to sacred waters. I keep seeing this cup. If you have a womb, the energy of your womb is extremely powerful. Okay? And I'm talking about creatively. Whether you choose to create a human within your womb or not. The power of your womb, just spiritually, is very powerful. Very strong. But you have discernment. And even if you're a male, your divine feminine energy gives you discernment that is far beyond anything that could ease its way into your life that's projected from these beings, okay? Also, I feel like your peace is a key to your discernment, because as much fire as you have inside you, you also have water, and so there's a balance between your passion and your creation, and also your harmony, your peace, your peace with your emotional state. And so you're not harboring anger and resentment, but you are strong, and you will call a spade. And your discernment, when it tells you that someone is off or that someone is trying to project something evil towards you, you listen. And that's why you're able to maintain this beautiful, sweet inner peace. That's why they'll never be a threat to you. Releasing ritual, this was in the reverse. That's because there's somebody here who wanted to release some energy, but they can't. And so what are they doing? They're trying to run to you. There's somebody here who did want to release some energy. Yeah, they did. Because they've been a part of this group. They have been a part of this wicked group that has chosen to project harm towards children. And they wanted to change. But you know, change requires consistency. And that's something that they were not committed enough to endure. Was the long road, the long haul. It's not just about presenting yourself to people and saying, I want to change. No, it's about those dark nights that you go through, where you have to face the choices that you've made, and the changes that you want to make, and how you want to grow, and the toxicity that needs to be released, all of that. So there's something that has not been released, but they want to come to you and tell you, oh, I'm healed. Why did this person want to release something or do a releasing ritual? Oh yeah, because they want to manifest now. They saw that they were stuck in their manifestation, so they were like, well, if I'm too toxic, I'll get rid of the toxicity. It doesn't work like that. The reason why we transmute toxic energy in our lives is because we want to evolve, not because we want to fatten our bank accounts. This person saw that they weren't able to manifest money or lovers in the same way that they were before, so they were like, well, maybe I need to heal. Healing with that intention is not going to work. Yeah, they wanted to unblock their pathway because they saw that this is how you were living. But the bottom line with this is whoever is coming from this twisted family group to try to make amends with you, they're coming at you, or they want to come at you with very twisted intentions of trying to gaslight you and blame you for being defensive and all of these very hurtful things. Also, their motivation for doing anything in life is just to get in your good graces. That's because they have an extremely toxic entanglement with past karmic timelines between you. You have jumped those timelines. You were like, oh, I don't like this. What do we need to do, Spirit? And you did the releasing rituals, you cut the cords, and whatever it is that you still need to do, or that you find that you want to reinforce or revisit in order to continue to heal, you do it. And that's why you're continuing to grow. Because your intentions are pure and authentic. So this being trying to come to you, they're not coming with honest intentions. They're only coming to you to siphon energy. And nothing has changed with them. But you have so many beautiful things to look forward to, beautiful being. And that's why, obviously, see, the good thing about this is that they do know a beautiful thing when they see it. They do know a beautiful soul, a divine soul, when they see it. So what is it that you, this beautiful being, should be focused on? Daily choices. Do not allow your daily choices to be guided by anything from your past. Okay? Because that's the intention, is to recenter your focus, to have your focus recentered on the past. No. Doors are open for you to experience new things. Okay? You're manifesting new, beautiful things. And as you preserve your inner clarity, you're going to find that opportunities that are aligned with you and set up for you for your success are just going to appear. And it's not like some sort of lucky fortune that's just, oh, it came from out of nowhere. It's a result of the work that you do. That's why you're experiencing these opportunities and this growth. Yeah, you're serving a higher purpose. And that's something that someone wanted you to fumble. But you got it. You were like, oh. And the beautiful thing about it is that in all of the chaos that they were trying to throw you, or throw your way, throw at you, okay, you found within that your purpose, or you are finding your purpose. And so great things are coming out of this situation, but Divine is just really guiding you to remain centered on your healing and on your inner peace. Maintaining your peace will maintain your clarity, which means that you will always have the discernment to know when someone is coming to you with negative intentions, okay? All right, beautiful being. Oh, I'm so grateful that you tuned in. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing these messages to come through me. And thank you, Divine, beautiful being, for taking the time to watch and to hear these messages that have come through. I also appreciate your likes, your comments, your shares, your subscribes, your hypes, your donations. Thank you so much for every bit of love that you send to this space of inner dreams. I love you so much, and I wish you peace. I wish you joy and so many blessings. Take care.